Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Well, I think the CPI is going to be under 7 next week. And because the CPI is going to be under 7 next week, things are going up. Not permanently, but they going up probably. Now, I do hope it's around 6.7, 6.8. And I do believe that could take us easily above 17,000, maybe as high as 18 or maybe even 18.5. So there definitely could be a rally next week due to the CPI. Gas prices have stayed decently low. They're not like super low, but they've stayed decently low. And food prices haven't really gone up for a couple of months. At least not for me. For some of you, that might be different depending on where you live. But food prices really haven't gone up for me, which means the overall CPI is going to come down from month to month, and people are going to be happy about that. I'm looking at something in the upper sixes. If it was mid sixes, it would honestly be awesome because that would be a big drop. I'm seeing the hiring slowing down a little bit. I'm seeing a lot more layoffs, which is actually happy times. That usually would be very sad times, but it's happy times right now because we need the economy to actually slow down so Jerome Powell will stop going on his rampage. And it looks like the economy is chugging along just fine, but now Powell's put a wrench in it, and it's gonna finally slow down a little bit so he can maybe hopefully take his foot off that interest rate gas. And if he actually does that as well, we could possibly see 20,000 in Q1 of this year. Now, I don't think we will see 20,000 in Q1 of this year, but it's possible, assuming that no regulatory hurdles really come up. But between the House and the Senate right now, any kind of regulation seems like pretty unlikely because they're controlled by different parties. And the House, even though they elected a speaker, is kind of a dysfunctional disaster right now. So I really wouldn't be, truly worried about like any kind of devastating legislation coming across. The crypto lobbying industry is stepping up. The SEC is going to go on their suing rampage, but they got the Ripple thing first. So for Q1, I think the regulation theater is going to be not that loud. It's going to be pretty quiet, and I do actually think like a good CPI, and also like if he basically just like holds on interest rates, that could actually bring us up to 20,000. It'll probably go back down afterwards, but it's possible that we have a little bit of a run in Q1. I personally don't think so. I put the chance at like 30% or less, but it's actually possible. The other thing I want to say is Sam Bankman Fried actually thinks he needs the BlockFi shares of FTX because he needs something to pay his lawyer with. Well, that's not my problem, and it's not your problem either. It's no one's problem except for his. So I do think those shares should actually go back to FTX customers because he bought it with FTX customer money, more or less. And as for his lawyer defense fund, well, he can go screw himself because he screwed a lot of other people as well. And you know what? If you're out of money, you can always get a public defender. That's right. He'll prepare your case in 5 minutes, which for Sam Bankman Fried may not matter all that much because he's going to jail anyways, because there's too much evidence for any lawyer to fight at this point. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.